Hi everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Today I am joined by Julia2. Hi girls.
Hi.
Julia and Julia here, who are magic people. They are healers in all different aspects, and I contacted them on Instagram. I felt their energy from their page and we got talking, and they have got a great story. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell you more about them. On you go, girls, take it away.
Hi, Colin. Thank you so much for having us with you today. It's a great pleasure.
No, thank you so much. And I'm grateful for you both coming on to speak.
Thank you. So we started Julia2. We're both psychotherapists. We're both Kundalini yoga teachers. And we started Julia2 because we felt that we have so much experience and knowledge between us. And we've got to a point where we have done so much healing and work on ourselves that we just really want to share this work with other people, share our experience, and really help other people become the best that they want to be, they can be, and fulfill their greatest potentials as well.
It's like that knowing inside that you know there's more, but but you don't know how to get past the stories that you tell yourself. And we know that we don't just think you can get past those stories, we know that you can get past them.
That's amazing, because I speak to people about when they're doing life coaching and things like that, but there's a different type of healing that we can do, and it's not about being told what to do by another person. Now, as psychotherapists, you understand how to listen and how for them to interpret their own thoughts, which is absolutely fantastic, and you can help them. But when you were talking about experience there, Julia2 will talk to there, when you were talking about experience on a different level, and it's understanding you've got to go through, we were talking earlier about going through the dark and into the light. You can't jump over the darkness. You need to go through it. Some people stay in there for longer, but the ones that pull through, they have a genuine reason for wanting to help other people, don't they?
Yes. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't want to do the dark work. They just want to stay in the light. But genuinely, to really feel happier in yourself, you really have to dive in, do the work, and then come out through the other side.
No, I love that.
It's definitely about not being frightened by diving in as well, which I think where our combined knowledge and wisdom and experience comes in, because we hold the space really well so that people can go into it without feeling scared about it, and then we can help, as Julia said, help them come out again.
No, that's fantastic. Now, we spoke earlier, obviously that's your background, but what you've got coming up is really exciting, and this is what I would like to talk about, if you don't mind, because I believe that people can be helped all the time. They can help themselves, but they can also be shown paths that they're able to do some work. Now, we spoke about different plant medicines, and we spoke about different ceremonies that we've both done. And would you like to talk about that and what you're looking to do with your retreats that you've been speaking about?
Yeah, so we're running a retreat in October, on October the 30th till the 1st of November, which is called Expanding Consciousness, when we will be holding a space with plant medicine. So we always use these medicines with huge respect. We always use it in ceremony, and there's a specific way that we deliver these ceremonies. And as well as the plant medicines, we will also be holding some sound baths as well. Julia and I both have gongs that we use. The gongs are incredible because that vibration of the music also helps shift energies that can get stuck inside us. And we have a variety of instruments that we use. So yes, it's about really coming in for the weekend, and you'll come in one way and you'll go out another way.
And this is it. So while you're facilitating different ceremonies, the person's actually doing the work themselves,
Absolutely.
And this is what I find so fantastic about it. While they're coming to you, you're facilitating ceremonies, they're the ones doing the journey, and so they can't say those girls made me feel amazing. They'll say those girls held that space so I allowed myself to feel amazing, and then they can carry on with that. Now,
yeah, definitely. And it's always about the intention as well, because your intention is as you know yourself, Colin, your intention is really the medicine as well.
Of course it is. Now, we were talking about, sorry to interrupt, we were talking about the Rappi, and I think Julia2 are going to discuss that with, because obviously I've done that as well. I would love you to discuss it and let the people know what to expect, because it's fantastic, fantastic medicine as well.
Yeah, rapé is really, really amazing medicine. It's based on tobacco, but it isn't, it's raw tobacco, so it's not got nicotine added to it. It's not how we have learnt tobacco to be in this modern world. It's amazing for releasing negative energies. It's tobacco that is blown through powder form through the nose, and it really brings clarity to the mind, focus. It really brings you into a presence within yourself. So Indigenous people use it to connect with their higher self. It's really uplifting and detoxifying. It's just amazing stuff. It's really grounding, calming, and it's one of the medicines that we will just love using on this weekend. So you said you've used it, Colin. How did you find it?
I did it at a ceremony. It was at a conference, believe it or not, and it was a room full of lots of people. And I went up to the front. I didn't know what to expect. I used to smoke, and I had stopped the cigarettes, so obviously I didn't want to be involved with the tobacco or anything like that because I was off. But it's nothing like that, you know. And this what was great for me, because it wasn't like I was going to get addicted again to nicotine or, you know, any of these things. It was literally, it was an experience. So that initial first from the pipe, and you go, and they said, yeah, that's you, and they gave you a cuddle, you know, and shared the love, and then you go and sit down, and you sit there, and you just close your eyes, and it doesn't matter what's going on. It does what you were talking about taking yourself to this central place of consciousness, you know, being conscious of what's going on around you. And there was a certain warmth, but also a certain calmness that I didn't have before that I did it as well.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting that you spoke about having smoked yourself, because when I started rapé, I was in Colombia, and if I'd known, I went on this retreat, if I'd known there was tobacco, I probably would have thought, oh no, I don't want to use this tobacco, because like you, I used to smoke, and that fear of being addicted again. But actually, like you say, it's nothing like that. And, you know, that same addictive quality is just not there, but it is an amazing, powerful medicine to really connect you with yourself, to, as you say, you're aware of what's going on, but it's really good in meditation, and it's just amazing medicine.
Yes, I loved it. Now, we're going to go to Julia2 now, because Julia2 is a Campbell facilitator, practitioner. I don't know what you prefer to be called. Now, I have discussed Campbell with several of my clients. I have discussed Campbell with everyone from my own experience and how much I loved it. But before I take the floor and explain mine, I would love to hear how you do it. I would love you to tell the people all about it.
So, Cambo is a secretion from a frog that is very gently scraped off the back of the frog, and then it's applied topically to the skin, and the Cambo cleanses us. So it works with peptides, and it's known to be antibacterial, and it basically cleanses the body. So in the tribes, it's called panema. So it's known to release panema, and panema is negative energy that's in our bodies. So it helps us move past that negative energy and actually shift it out of us, because we can hold negative energy on a cellular level, and we hold these energies from our ancestors, from our parents, through no fault of their own, through their parents, and it goes back 7 generations, as I think we talked about last week. And it helps us release these things, because quite often I know for myself that I could have certain feelings and emotions, and often would think to myself, these don't really feel like they belong to me, and I'd be quite confused as to where they come from. And then when I was introduced to Cambo, it had such a powerful effect on me. That's why I decided then to train in it and to become a practitioner. I just want to tell you a little bit about Cambo. So the scientists who've studied peptides in Cambo found it to be one of the most potent antibiotic, anti-inflammatory and antiviral substances known to man. and it contains multiple antimicrobial peptides, which are effective against drug-resistant strains of bacteria, fungi, parasites, and virus. And before I took Cambo, I used to have a nail fungal infection. Sounds horrible, but I did have it. And since I've been doing Cambo, it's gone. I don't have it any longer. And somebody I met on my training, he was a dancer, and he used to have really, really bad athlete's foot. And since he's been doing Cambo, he's not had it at all. So it's very, very strong, powerful medicine.
Yes,
what was your experience of it?
Well, I have done it now 4 times, because I always say if I do something, I'll try it twice. If I don't like it the first time, I'll make sure. But if I really enjoy it, I'll go back. And I went back and I've done it 4 times now. And I'll not drag on, but quickly what I will tell you is it's the explanation of having the cloud over your head. Now, you see in cartoons, and it's the little person walking about with the cloud over their head. Sometimes it's nice and white and fluffy. Sometimes it's pouring with rain in a thunderstorm. And again, it's when it gets the thunderstorm, it seems like the rain doesn't want to go away. And this is where the panema that we're talking about, and this is those thoughts, those feelings that allow us to feel low. All I can say is my first Cambo experience lifted my cloud. And I had clear skies the whole way. And I have other friends who were on very, very severe doses of antidepressants, severe, which were doing obviously more harm than good when you get to that level, through their blood, through their organs, their brain, everything, thought process. They went and took a course of Cambo, and then they literally came off everything. Now, I'm not saying Cambo is a cure, because we can get into trouble for things like that. But what I can say is that there won't be much wrong with your thought process, etc., once you're done, because it's such a magical experience.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with all these medicines, it helps us move beyond our physical body. It actually takes us into more of the essence of who we are, which is really what we're all wanting to understand.
Yep.
Here in this human experience.
And you can't do that when we're being indoctrinated left, right, and centre from things that take us away from our actual essence that you speak about. You know, there's so many things that we're giving our power away to, giving ourselves away to, and consuming, that's taking us further and further away from, you know, kind of being that centre of self, like the indigenous people we speak about, whether they're out in Africa or they're out in, you know, the Amazon, it doesn't matter. All these people understand the power of self, the intuition, all these things, everything on earth, there's a medicine for, without having to go down the pharmaceutical route. In my personal belief anyway, you know, yes, the pharmaceutical might be quicker because your body's getting overloaded with chemicals, but there's always a plant medicine for something, and I love what you're doing. Now, have you, any of you had an interesting experience on Cambo yourself?
I think every time, what I really notice with Cambo is that every time I take it, it's different. And it's off the same stick. So it's the same medicine that I take each time, but each time it's different. And it's just what my body needs at that time. Yeah. I found it really, really helpful at the beginning of COVID. I had quite a few ceremonies just on my own at that time, because I found there was so much negative energy around. It was really, it was horrible. And so I then used the Cambo to help me move through it. And a knowing comes through, because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial. There was a knowing that actually I'm okay. I'm okay for the virus. Yeah, I feel healthy. I feel strong, and I feel well.
Yeah,
it really supports the immune system.
Yeah.
Well, I have not taken as much as a paracetamol since March 2017. Wow. You know, not even a paracetamol. So if there's anyone out there watching us, please understand that there's some major, major magic going on with this, and it's completely natural. There's no harm to the frog. It's perfectly vegan. We're not damaging anybody, but what this does is, the way that I get taught was that your body runs in your lymphatic system. Without going too deep into it, your lymphatic system takes out the germs from your body to stop your organs from being damaged. And then it holds on to it and secretes, comes through your liver into your stomach. And then it goes either way. Now, over the years, we get things caught in our lymphatic system, and everything in our body, come a cold, come whether it's tears and snotters, whether it's something wrong with your gut, what we're getting is we're holding on to it. So we're not always emptying the lymphatic system properly. And the way that I was told was when the Campbell comes in, it's the only thing on this planet that your body doesn't have a code for. So your whole lymphatic system starts to work and work all these things out from the bottom to clear you totally out. And I believe that's where the cloud goes. When you let go of the past, whether it's traumas, whether it's past disease or any of these things, it allows you to come out. And I've heard people even with fibromyalgia that are coming out and saying that this is such a far better experience, and they're taking, you know, working on the immune system and stuff, they're taking out. I mean, it's literally amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's incredible. And these medicines, they're not new medicines. They're just new to us as humans. Obviously not to the tribes because they're really familiar with them all. But I read something yesterday about are you a human having a spiritual experience, or are you a spirit having a human experience? And I love that, because I think for me, I'm a spirit having a human experience. Yeah. And then I think we all are. And it's then how we can really aid ourselves with that, so that we do get beyond the conditioning that comes into us through nobody's fault, but it's what's around us societally, I think.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Now, going back to the retreat side of things, people are going to come up to you, and obviously you both will be facilitating the retreat, and it's for 2 days, is it? Is that right? 2 full days?
It's 2 nights.
Yeah, it's from Friday to Sunday. So it's Friday afternoon through to Sunday afternoon.
Okay, and we're talking Central Scotland and the place TBC. And what we'll do is, it's not going to be like a pop-up, but it's just nearer the time we'll give the address for people to turn up to, and that's what happens with a lot of retreats around the UK. We tend to give the postcode or whatever for coming up to it before it kind of keeps that kind of suspense going, Now, when they come to you on the Friday, they'll obviously be welcomed by you two lovely selves, and then they'll be brought in, and what you'll do is you'll have a set criteria, and this is based on your experience, your knowledge, and in a way that you understand it's going to allow them to feel so much better by the time they leave. But what we're not doing, and what you're not doing, is you're not giving them a short-term fix. They're coming in with the intention that they want to heal themselves. They're coming in with the intention that things are going to change. You show the path, they take the journey, and then they leave on a different mindset. And it's up to them to move forward in that mindset and not slip back in. Am I right?
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, this is part of their journey. It's not the journey. It's like, our life is a journey of our inner exploration, and this is a journey for a weekend. But the journey continues when they leave, and that's part of it, how you continue to support yourself and work with that inner inquiry.
Also, I think what I want to say to people as well is that, and you'll know this, Colin, and we know this, that there's a kind of a calling. You get a sort of thought in your mind about something, and you'll dismiss it, and it'll come back, and you'll dismiss it, and it'll come back, and then it's following actually that niggle, or following that energy. And although the ceremony begins on the Friday, the retreat begins on the Friday, there's some preparation before it. So actually the energy of the group starts prior to that, when we ask people to, when they book, really.
That's when the ceremony starts.
Yeah. But also asking people to, the week before, just to cut caffeine out of their diet, to reduce their meat intake, or cut it out if they can, if they eat meat. Sorry, we've just gone on to low battery mode. So that, yes, the energy starts to build.
And then this is what's going to kind of get them prepared. So there's nothing they had to prepare for. We're pretty much finished with that anyway, so don't worry, we're good. So all they need to do is prepare it's more their body, and let go of the expectation, let go of the fear of letting go. I found when I've been to retreats in the past, and I've been to certain ceremonies, that things have allowed it to be, when you get to your first one, you tend to ask too many questions.
Yes. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, we've just got a little technical issue going on. We've come back.
That's okay. We've got you.
Yes, I agree.
So
We're back.
yes, I've got you. Now, just closing the conversation up, is there anything you would like to say to people? Because we're going to put this out on social media. We're going to have a link underneath this video to the actual event itself, for anyone that's interested. So is there anything you would like to say to them just before they get in touch?
If anybody would like to come and join us, to email us and connect with us. So it isn't just to turn up on the day. It really needs, anyone who wants to come along really needs to book with us.
Yeah. Well, the best way to get in touch would be on your Facebook page, which I'll share with us, and it allows you both to meet each other before almost, and get that kind of energy, that vibe before you kind of get into it. They'll know if they're suited to you, you'll know if you're suited to them. And again, it's not just a thing where to be taken lightly. We want people that are coming in and they're really wanting to make an effort with themselves and let go and, and make the changes. And you girls, I know for a fact, are going to do a fantastic, fantastic job of that. And I'm really excited for anybody that comes towards you, like genuinely. So listen, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you more in the future. And we'll definitely be doing some stuff together. And it'll be great. But thank you very much again. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much, Colin. Bye.
Bye.